I realized partway through that there were maybe a couple of things that I failed to mention in the early episodes of this project. Things that might have made me seem like more of a monster than I really am. Going into the backcountry obviously exposes us to significant risk in terms of terrain and navigation and hypothermia and on and on and on. Fatigue. I would never ever expose either of my sons, well, maybe one of them, either of my sons to any kind of avalanche risk, because that's the one hazard that we can't manage at this stage of the project. We are sticking to terrain that is very low slope, that is stable, that when the bulletins were still being published, that Avalanche Canada had rated low. And when we get out to the terrain, we're always doing stability tests, no matter what the report says. That aside, one part of this that Rowan tends to not like is that a couple of days before we head out into the backcountry, I'm always out scouting the route with a partner beforehand. We're sticking to routes that I know well, but just in case, I go and scout the route. I check the snow conditions. We check for stability, but we also check for skiability, because it's no fun to spend an hour climbing and skiing to get to some icy, awful mess. I just wanted to convey that this is done in the safest way possible. And while that doesn't mean no risk, it means we're minimizing the risks as best as we can, all but eliminating the one we can't manage and doing our best to prepare for the ones that we can manage. And when Rowan gets old enough and is able to start thinking about managing and doing rescue from an avalanche scenario, then we can start to explore more aggressive terrain. But for now, it's about decision making and having fun and nailing down some of those backcountry skills, so when it is time, we can progress really quickly. Thanks again. Just needed to iron those facts out and make sure I come across as slightly less of a monster than I already do.